are poolside, you got to think about the rules, you got to think about the tips, you got to think about safety. So Pay is back with us to talk a little bit about safety tips we might not have thought of before around the pool. Should we start with this little drink that I have in my hands?
The drink that you finished, actually.
That I finished. It's over. It was a long commercial break.
You completed it. There's so much great patio wear out there now, so no glass around the pool. As much as you think that, you know, I'm not going to knock it over, it's just somebody could kick it over, trip over it, and it is so costly to drain a pool because broken glass is in it. So it's just a huge safety thing. And that's my main tip, is just make sure it's just plastic reusable stuff that you've got around the pool, because it can be such a hazard afterwards and very costly.
For sure. That makes sense.
And people who have pools and might like to host larger parties, especially with kids, one of my friends suggested hiring a lifeguard, because it takes some of the pressure off. People are distracted, you know, and the kids are bouncing around. You've got all the inflatables, you've got all the pool toys, you maybe got some games going on the side, and it just means that someone's job is to keep an eye on the people in the pool. And in the end, it's just such a worthy investment.
It's actually such a smart idea. It's something I would have never thought of, but you know what? If someone were to have a bad accident in your pool, that's something you are never going to forget.
Definitely.
So I think it's a smart idea. It's a good tip.
Also, having some life jackets on hand. Your guests may not always be, you know, in the water, and that's not something they think of. So it's really nice to be prepared for your guests. So if you are hosting this poolside party, whether it's your home or even condos, sometimes, you know, people have their parties there as well. So think about providing the things that your guests may not have thought of. So things like life jackets for the little ones. I also like to have a little basket or a box of things that people may have forgotten. So sunscreen, bug spray if you need it, aloe vera. So even bandages, hair ties for the ladies.
I would love you if you had hair ties at the ready at your house for me, because you know that those things go to mysterious places. Where do they go?
They disappear. They just disappear. They go where your mismatched socks go. So sunglasses, some extra little hats that can be very inexpensive, just things to keep on hand, just so the experience is a lot more enjoyable for your guests as well.
It's really good. Extra towels as well, you might want to have out for them.
Because when I go over to someone's pool, I've just got my bathing suit. I've not planned anything else. I am so excited to get into this pool. I've not thought about all the other things that I need. It's also fun to have some games on hand. Not everyone is a water baby. Not everyone is a strong swimmer. I'm definitely not. So I like jumping in for a little dip, maybe floating around, but it's nice to have things like, I keep seeing people playing this game in the park. It's called Spike Ball. It takes up very little space, and it's great. You just have two teams of two. You're throwing the ball around. I was just watching these guys actually this weekend playing, and I'm like, that looks fun, and you can do it in a really small space. So if you got a little yard, think about having some games handy, bean bags, that sort of thing. Yeah,
that's great. So you got a frisbee here, you've got this, and I've seen people playing this at the park near my house as well, and I was like, what is that?
And I'm like, what is it? I thought it was a trampoline. I'm like, why are they throwing balls against a trampoline?
Small trampoline?
But apparently it is a very popular game called Spike Ball.
Okay, all right, so that's fun. So be safe around the pool. Have some games, and think about maybe hiring some help, some backup, so that the adults can really chill out and have a good time.
And it takes some pressure off of you.
That's right. Thank you, Pay.